Here's some fresh perspective for you. Feel free to take notes. Wisdom from the great beyond. Let's hit it. I'm just holding up a mirror. If you don't like what's being reflected back to you, you have the power to change it. Want to share a list of songs that I think express love. And it's not, call me a hopeless romantic, but I know it's out there. And this is just how I love myself. I sing these songs to myself, and they just make me feel loved and wanted. And yeah. Here we go. The first one is, like I said, listen to the words. It's not necessarily the artists that sing them. It's just the lyrics are really deep. I Can Love You Like That by All for One. And say it again. I Can Love You Like That by All for One. Back at One by Brian McKnight. I Gotta Be by Jagged Edge. Cry for You by Jodeci. And This I Promise You by NSYNC. Be empowered, not intimidated. Don't be sorry, be enlightened. These marks on me are proof of my wisdom. I stand strong where I belong. The only way out is inside of you. I'm going to repeat that. Be empowered, not intimidated. Don't be sorry, be enlightened. These marks on me are proof of my wisdom. I stand strong where I belong. The only way out is inside of you. I say what I have to say under posts on my show or in public, then I keep it moving. I'm not going back and forth with anyone who can't see what a circus this planet truly is. If you don't see life right now, I don't know how you don't see how life right now is a legal Ponzi scheme. For real. This is exactly what it is going on right now. Cool. Move out of my way. I'm here for others with vision. If you want to defend exploitation, go ahead. I won't stop you. Be blind. It is your choice. What are you defending? Lies and manipulation? Financial slavery? Till death do you part? Okay. Here's a post that I'm going to offer some fresh perspective on. Like I said, I like sharing these because it's proof that we are thinking together and that we are supposed to be passing messages through each other, empowering each other. Anyway, here it is. And the post said, when you choose to love someone who is damaged, you take on the weight of their past, their pain, their guilt. You must be strong. You must be patient. You can help stop the bleeding and help them scar over. They will always be broken. If you can handle that, if you can accept the dents and cracks, if you can get them to trust you, you will never find a better ally than one who is damaged. Above all else, they know about survival. And that I do agree with. That is facts. We do know about survival. Here's my fresh perspective on what I just read. Be careful with words like damaged. Let's rewrite it. Use I'm repairing, I'm in recovery, I'm learning to be healthy, etc. Use empowering phrases, not ones keeping you in the pain. We are supposed to pour into ourselves, not make someone else repair what we have to sort through. I'm going to say that part again. We are supposed to pour into ourselves, not make someone else repair what we have to sort through. You shouldn't be carrying the weight of anything. Hold on. You shouldn't be carrying the weight of anything. Why would you want to project pain onto others? That's exactly what you're doing. You're trying to project your pain and everything onto someone else, so you don't have to carry it. And you don't have to carry it. It's not yours to carry or theirs. You can learn how to set it down. Allow yourself grief days. You should want to empower yourself to heal. What you want them to be, become yourself. What you want them to be, become yourself. Be strong for yourself. Discipline and self-control is possible. You don't want to become codependent on others to regulate yourself. It is up to you. This shows you're lacking in self-awareness and enlightenment and should transform your pain into empowerment. Don't know how? Watch my show. Start at video 1. I'm telling you. Just so you know, I do have a neck. I just chubby. Here's another post. I'm going to offer some fresh perspective on. It says, when you talk about supporting a survivor, it usually means get them therapy or mental health services. While that's needed, why do people always assume it's something that needs to change? Oh, I didn't finish it. Hold on one second. Why do people always assume it's something that needs to change inside of the survivor instead of everything around the survivor that needs to change? My fresh perspective, absolutely correct. The environment needs to change. What happened to our nervous system needs to now be worked through. We shouldn't experience destruction or extremely harmful experiences. So our nervous system has developed glitches. We must teach our system difference between a threat versus a trauma response versus what calm is. The survivor must realize what happened wasn't a direct result of your actions. The survivor, you, must realize what happened wasn't a direct result of your actions. Evil is out there. You can protect yourself from it. Moving forward, don't ever stop believing in yourself. Please don't. You will be on high alert. That's what therapy is for. The justice system needs to be redesigned. It's outdated. That's what I'm here for. I have that covered. The environment of this entire planet needs a huge change. I'm the answer to your prayers. I'm so serious. Moving on. These are signs of that you are in survival mode. And I did not write this. I got this from a page called Soul Journey with Sarah. And her last name is Moussa. And it says, being around other people is draining. Only time you feel relaxed is when you're alone or everyone is sleeping. Here's why. When you're hypervigilant, being around people is exhausting and depleting. We dread social events and almost feel like we need to recover after. That was me. One social event wiped me out. I really started it's like reading my life story when I see these posts that I share. And like I said, I do feel like it's just proof that we are all here for each other. Be empowered, not intimidated. And then back to her post. Instead of being open and relaxed, here's another sign. Instead of being open and relaxed, we're overthinking and overanalyzing. Some of us are wondering what people are thinking about us and how they perceive us. We're hypersensitive to mood and energy. I was also scanning for potential threats. I was scanning the entire environment at once. I was taking on so much. Oh my gosh. I just begged and prayed for strength to be a mom that could take her kids somewhere without being overloaded with danger. My senses were so messed up. Like I said, I had so much to work through. This is our body in survival mode. So we cancel plans, self-isolate, or we force ourselves to go forward without plans, but use substances to numb uncomfortable thoughts and feelings. Or you scroll online for endless amounts of time or whatever. Me, I would force myself to go anyway because I want to build my endurance. That's kind of how I started chipping away at my triggers. It's just I kept exposing myself. That was part of my training, because in order for me to speak out, I need to be very arrogant in how I speak. Because I know it's going to bring out a lot of trolls. And I'm going to be ready for them. We only feel safe and relaxed when people are sleeping or when no one is around us to perceive us. I didn't like hearing what people had to say. I just was like, whatever. I don't even want to hear it. Or see what we're doing. Our nervous system I just feel like I had to hide everything. Like I had to because my oldest brother would always steal everything from me or break my stuff. So I always felt like I had to hide everything. Nobody could see my stuff. I didn't want anybody touching my stuff. I didn't want anybody, there were so many things. So I became a very private person. Like I said, at one point, I didn't I always say, like I said. I try not to say that. At one point, I didn't cry for like 10 years. And I realized how unhealthy that was. Anyway, our nervous system can finally relax. It can stop being so hypersensitive and on guard for every noise or footstep. Facts. I'm going to say that again. Our nervous system can finally... it's because we only feel safe and relaxed when people are sleeping, or when no one is around us to perceive us or see what we're doing. Our nervous system can finally relax. It can stop being so hypersensitive and on guard for every noise or footstep. Facts. I don't do that anymore. People close to us can't always understand how survival mode impacts us. Don't take our absence personally. We will overthink and create stories where people are mad at us. I would do that sometimes. I would be like, did I say something? Did I do something? But that was just from like a very unhealthy situation that I experienced with somebody in the past. Because he, if it seemed like everything I said or did, he would always leave. And I just, like, subconsciously began, like, over-explaining myself to make sure somebody understood. Or, like, I must have said, was I too harsh? Was I too this? Was I not enough of this? I would just... And it just became... It was very exhausting. I had to rewrite those thoughts. You can learn how to shift the mind. This is me. Rewrite those thoughts. You can learn how to shift the mind. Process your way to a healthy ending. And this is back to her. This only creates more when you are in survival mode. And create those stories where people just create different stories of just what ifs and all kinds of stuff. Leap into conclusions. Reactive. This only creates more dysregulation in our body and makes us want to self-isolate for even longer periods of time. True. And for me, I simply can't trust a room full of strangers. I'm not necessarily friendly. I'm leery, cautious. And here's some more proof. We are supposed to pass messages through each other. There is a post I came across. I wholeheartedly believe this. I've actually had this for quite a few years. And this is like so true. And again, if you've been tuning into me, you're going to be like, this is, I feel like this was written for me. And it says, the post said, I don't know the author. It didn't have an author. Your calling is going to crush you. If you're called to mend the brokenhearted, you're going to wrestle with brokenheartedness. If you're called to prophecy, you're going to struggle to control your mouth. You will battle spiritual viruses. If you're called to preach and teach the gospel, you will be sifted for the wisdom that anoints your message. If you're called to empower, your self-esteem, your successes will be hard fought. Oh my God, so true. Your calling will come with cups, thorns, and sifting that are necessary for your mantle to be authentic, humble, and powerful. Your crushing won't be easy because your assignment is not easy. Your oil is not cheap. I'm going to say it again. Your calling is going to crush you. If you are called to mend the brokenhearted, you're going to wrestle with brokenheartedness. Like I said, I've walked all these paths before. If you're called to prophecy, you're going to struggle to control your mouth. You will battle spiritual viruses. If you're called to preach and teach the gospel, you will be sifted for the wisdom that anoints your message. If you're called to empower, your self-esteem, your successes will be hard fought. Your calling will come with cups, thorns, and sifting that are necessary for your mantle to be authentic, humble, and powerful. Your crushing won't be easy because your assignment is not easy. Your oil is not cheap. Facts. Here's another soul journey post. And it said, make your children so capable that you don't have to worry about who will marry them. Instead of saving for a wedding, spend it well on their education. Instead of preparing them for marriage, prepare them for themselves. Teach them self-love and confidence. Teach them, it's kind of annoying. Teach them importance of instincts, trusting intuition. Teach them respect is a two-way street. Show them empathy. Empower their minds for development. Real quick. There is I came across the post. It was a picture of a grandma with a belt chasing a child. And the caption said, "This is what we are missing." And my fresh perspective, using violence to get your point across means you don't have patience to teach or regulate your own emotions. When your intelligence runs out, violence begins. Just admit putting hands on someone smaller than you makes you feel powerful. It shows you aren't equipped for wisdom to shine through you. Wisdom comes with patience. Do you know how our minds develop a complete thought process? Repetition so neurons can connect to themselves. Impulse control doesn't develop until age 5. I just put that because there are some early developers, to age 7 or longer if child has delays. Don't call this discipline, though. You enjoy teaching fear, period, point made. It takes self-control and self-discipline to show how to handle anger. You were taught fear is respect. If you want your children to remain small-minded with a limited perspective, then go ahead, use an object or hands as a form of communication. You don't respect me, so I'm going to hit you. Don't say anything to question me. Don't ask me any questions. Don't challenge me, or I will put my hands on you. Do as I say. Obey the commands. It's weird. Stop it. Violence is not a form of communication. Again, just admit you like making others feel inferior to you. You're gifting your child with a dysregulated nervous system designed for war, wired like a Mortal Kombat character, or shuts down / avoids conflict. Teach them empowerment. Moving on, here's another post. that stuck out to me. It was a family of 4. It was a man with a woman of another skin tone. And the caption said, when dudes earn their money, they go for non-black women. And my first perspective is, you do realize having issues with different skin tones mixing means you're racist. Yes. Anybody can be racist. Has nothing to do with skin color. If you find yourself bothered by love, then you are the problem. You do realize having issues with different skin tones mixing means you're racist. Hate has no color. It has to be in your spirit. It's 2024. Who is still worried about skin tones? Grow up. It's very petty and wasteful to focus on skin. Admit you're hypercritical and be done with it. Only a control freak who lacks love has skin issues. Love is love. What's the real issue? Seriously, what's the real issue? Besides what's jaded inside of you. I'm going to say it again. What's the real issue? Besides what's jaded inside of you. Don't get mad at me for holding up a mirror. Not my fault if you don't like what's being reflected back, which is your hateful, holding spirit. Only worry if it's not a healthy love. Stop treating others as if they are a crime that hasn't happened yet. The only kinfolk you belong with is other hateful spirits. Admit you have a jaded sense of love, lacking ability to love someone as they are. You love them for their skin and what they can provide. Having issues with someone's skin is your problem, not theirs. It's disgusting and shameful. We should be all shaming hate. Teach love. Why do you want someone who's already established? You want someone to choose you at their greatest instead of caring to be a part of the process. Admit you're mad. Someone won't take care of you, so you're projecting hate. Trolls can't stand when others aren't taught to be ashamed of what they are ashamed of. Pain, neglect, and more has shrunk your opening of awareness. If you experience someone who has skin issues, then pray for their hateful spirit, since they'll never get to experience true love of self or others. They'll receive jaded love, since hating others means you hate yourself. We all came from the same place. We all bleed the same. Here's an empowerment post. I'm going to have to kind of rush through this stuff because my son's awake. You are a force of light, shining bright, full of wisdom and grace. We aren't responsible for changing others. Let them have their journey. Just hold your light. Embrace the beauty of acceptance. Focus on nurturing your growth and happiness. Our journey is about self-discovery and self-love. Figure it out. Trust in yourself to let it go and create peace within yourself. You really are a masterpiece as you are right now. Life's toughest moments shapes our resilience as we go through it. Cherish the strength you've gained from overcoming obstacles. Your journey will sculpt you into a person with depth and wisdom. Scars are proof you showed up and fought. You will face adversity, transforming stronger each time. Experiences offer unique perspectives that can't be taught. You'll have a profound sense of understanding in this life. Cherish each lesson learned. Are you learning? Here's a quick self-love post. And it says, and it's a woman, it was a picture of a woman standing in the mirror with her shirt off. And the post said, for days, she undressed and stared in the mirror for a few minutes. I pretended that I did not see her, but I noticed that she looked worried. She tightened her belly, raised her breast, raised her butt, as if everything were out of place. One day, I took the mirror out of the room and hid it. She came home from work, undressed, turned to the wall, and freaked out. Where is the mirror? I said, I took it out. She asked, why did you take it out? Because it does not reflect what I see. I see a beautiful woman who works hard to achieve everything that has been proposed, who studies, who is a mother of my children, and still has time to go out with me. And I know that when you look in the mirror, you don't see any of that. She filled her eyes with water, hugged me excitedly, and said, what would I be without you? I don't know what I would do without you, my love. Sometimes all it takes is a word of love, letting that person know that you love all their imperfections and that what they feel for each other goes beyond what the mirror can reflect. That is so beautiful. I'm going to have to cut this out. I'm going to have to do another video about my police history. My son's screaming, sorry. Until next time.